So, what was it like growing up in this neighborhood?
Well, I was born on right off of Gulf Street in Deuces Avenue, right on the very corner. Where Deuces Avenue doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, it doesn't?
You know, it's just Gulf Street.
Okay.
You see, and I was born there, and my mother moved around different places after our house burned down.
But it was always Norfolk?
Yeah, always Norfolk.
How'd your house burn down?
Well, we had a stable in the back of the house.
Like with horses and stuff?
Yes, and back then, those days, we had no paved streets. You know, they were only rock and gravel, and the ice man would come down the street and sell ice. That's where the original word came from, ice box, meaning that we had to purchase a block of ice to put in the box.
Whoa, now that's some history right there.
And that's how, and they would, after the ship was over, they would take the horses and stable them up right behind our house. And we had homeless people would go in and carry the stick. You know, like sleep all night and all that. And some man went back there with a cigarette and went to sleep and it caught a fire.
So it is the horses' hay and all that. And just
well, luckily the horses escaped, and none of the horses were burned up in there, you know.
Man. So not only just your house, it was your neighbors too?
No, just our house.
Just your house. And
they were directly behind our house.
Wow.
You know, almost adjacent.
Wow, that's tough. So you left, that was on Gulf Street.
Yep.
So y'all had to move somewhere else.
We moved to various neighborhoods, and then we ended up out in the project, Diggs Park.
Yeah.
And we lived out there for a space. And then we moved back into Charlotte Street, and then from there we moved to Berkeley.
I was doing some research and I found out that there was some black investors, not black investors, but black guys that worked at the housing authority, and I think in the 40s and in the 50s, they actually all their last names like Diggs Park, Young's Park, and all that were named after those guys.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know they were all named after black guys.
Yeah, that's it. Well, the one who ran Diggs Park was Joe Dale.
Okay.
That was his name.
Okay.
He was a heavyset man, you know, and he was a no-nonsense man. And if you didn't do the right thing, he would ask you to leave, you know.
Like you and your family leave Diggs Park altogether?
Yeah, leave Diggs Park altogether.
Whoa!
You know, that's the way he was back in those days.
Yeah.
Zero tolerance.
That's crazy.
You know?
Okay, so y'all left Diggs Park, moved again, and then...
And when we left Charlotte Street, we moved to Berkeley.
Okay.
That's right over the bridge. And that's where I got my first experience with trouble.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And hanging out with the wrong crowds of boys, and we start robbing and taking things that we had no business, drinking alcohol, looking for drugs and what have you.
So